My beloved soul, pay attention. The angels are connecting with you. They are whispering, revealing the secrets of your future spouse's heart. Something has shifted, causing them to lose control. They feel restless, shaken, and caught between the past and the present, struggling to comprehend feelings they never anticipated. They believed they knew themselves and were in control, but everything has changed. They now see something they had overlooked, dismissed, and taken for granted: you. And they realize their blindness and search for happiness elsewhere, convinced that love must come in a specific way, at a perfect time. But love doesn't wait or ask if they are ready. It arrives, knocking and whispering in their hearts. Now they hear it, but it's overwhelming them. They are lost and filled with regret, fear, and a painful awareness that they can't go back or change the past. They ignored their heart, convinced they needed something different. Now they wonder if it's too late, and if they have lost what was always meant to be theirs. The angels want you to know that this is part of their awakening. They are being shown the truth and guided toward the love they once overlooked. However, they are fighting themselves, battling their doubts and fear. True love requires surrender and courage, and they are struggling. Perhaps they have spoken to someone, admitting their feelings of loss and the lingering sense of a mistake. But they are still learning, processing, and afraid. The angels want you to trust, have faith, and know that divine timing is at work. Everything is unfolding as it should. Your future spouse is realizing something important. Love is not something they can control, wait for perfect conditions, or follow logic. Love is here, always has been, and is waiting. Patiently, they will soon see it too. They will no longer resist, run, or allow fear to prevent them from what is already theirs. They will come to you with a heart that understands and will never take this love for granted. Be patient. Love is working within them, shifting them and preparing them. Soon they will step forward, and when they do, they will never let go. If you trust in God's divine timing, type Amen. The angels are surrounding you with love, guiding you, and revealing the hidden truths in your future spouse's heart. They have spent their life searching, chasing, and longing for something they couldn't name. They believed happiness was always just out of reach, and love would come later, at the right time and in the right way. But now they see the truth. Love was never missing, never far away, but always there waiting. They were distracted, caught in their thoughts, focused on what was missing instead of what was being offered. They see it now, and it's shaking them because this realization is something they cannot control. They feel restless, frustrated, and angry at themselves for not seeing the truth sooner, for letting time slip away, and for pushing love aside. They look back at their past choices, the times they ignored their heart, and the moments they convinced themselves they needed something else. Regret fills them, and they wonder if they've wasted too much time, if they can still make things right, and if they can claim the love they once turned away from. Fear grips them, fear that they waited too long, that you've moved on, and that they ruined something meant to be. But the angels want you to know that this is part of their transformation. They are being guided, shown the truth that love cannot be ignored, cannot be put on hold, cannot be dismissed. They realize that they were the ones who kept love at a distance, that their doubts, hesitations, and fears created this turmoil. And now they must face it. Perhaps they've spoken to someone, admitted they feel lost, that something is missing, and that they can't explain why they feel this way. Perhaps they've realized that no matter how hard they try to push it away, this love remains unshaken, undeniable, and soon they'll have no choice but to act. They'll have to step forward and embrace what was always meant for them. The angels want you to trust, have faith, and know that everything is unfolding in perfect timing. Your future spouse is awakening, understanding that love doesn't follow a plan, doesn't wait for them to be ready, or doesn't come when life is perfect. Love is here now, waiting for them to accept it. And when they do, they'll come to you, not as someone who's unsure or hesitant, but as someone who finally understands that you're the love they've been searching for all along. Be patient, my dear. They're learning, growing, and stepping into their truth. And when the moment comes, they'll no longer hold back or resist. They'll choose love and choose you, and they'll never let go. If you trust in God's plan, I believe. The angels are embracing you, holding you in their light, and guiding you toward the truth. Your future spouse has spent their life building, achieving, and striving for success. They've worked hard to create stability, be strong, and be in control. But now something has shifted within them. awakening something that's making them lose the control they held so tightly. They've discovered something that shakes the foundation of everything they thought was important: you. Your future spouse has always prided themselves on discipline, making the right choices, and building a future that makes sense. They've focused on financial security, success, and never being vulnerable. But love doesn't fit into their plans. It doesn't follow structure, doesn't wait for logic, or doesn't come when life is perfect. Love has entered their life like a force they cannot control, unraveling everything they thought they knew. And now they see it clearly, no matter how much they focus on wealth, accomplishments, or external success. None of it compares to the love they feel for you, and that realization terrifies them. They believed their worth was determined by their achievements, and that love only came after everything else was in order. Relationships should be practical, logical, and built on shared goals. But now they've come to realize the truth. Love doesn't wait for success, doesn't care about status, or follows a checklist. It arrives when the soul is ready, even if the mind isn't. Their soul is awakening, and they're realizing that all the success in the world means nothing without someone to share it with, and the deep connection that only true love can bring. This realization is making them lose control because now they must confront their fears. They're afraid of opening up, letting go of the walls they've built, and being vulnerable. They're used to being in charge, knowing where their life is headed, and making decisions with confidence. But now they feel something they can't explain: a pull, a longing, a deep knowing that makes them question everything. They look at their life and realize that the things they thought would bring happiness, success, wealth, status, are not enough. Love is the missing piece, and without it, everything else feels empty. Perhaps they've spoken to someone, tried to make sense of their feelings, and admitted that they feel unsettled, torn, and conflicted. Perhaps they've convinced themselves that they can suppress these emotions, focus on their responsibilities, and ignore the growing desire in their heart. But love doesn't work that way. It doesn't disappear because someone isn't ready, doesn't wait for the perfect moment, or is a threat to their success. Love is here now, asking them to step forward, trust, and embrace what was always meant for them. The angels want you to know that your future spouse is on the verge of transformation. They're beginning to see that love is not a weakness, a distraction, or something that threatens their success. It's what makes everything else meaningful. They're realizing that true strength doesn't come from closing off, that security isn't in wealth or power, but in knowing they're loved deeply and unconditionally. Be patient, my dear. They are learning, growing, and stepping into the awareness that love is not something to fear, but something to cherish. Soon they will see what the angels have known all along, that this love is their greatest blessing, strength, and truth. They will come to you not because they have finally achieved enough or proven their worth, but because they finally understand that love was never something they needed to earn. It was always theirs, waiting for them, meant to be. The angels are guiding them, helping them break free, and helping them see that they do not have to choose between success and love, between control and emotion, between what they thought they wanted and what their heart now shows them they need. When they finally step forward, it will not be with hesitation, fear, or doubt, but with certainty, clarity, and the full realization that no amount of control, wealth, or planning could ever replace the love they feel for you. And when that moment comes, they will hold on to you with everything they have, never again allowing fear to keep them from the love that was always meant to be theirs. I believe if you trust in God's plan, the angels are wrapping you in their love, holding you close, and guiding you toward the truth. Your future spouse is struggling with sorrow and an aching regret that won't let them rest. They have discovered something. It has shaken them to their core. They believed they had control, capable of navigating life on their own terms. But now they are losing their grip and mourning. Not because love has abandoned them, but because they are finally realizing how much love they have pushed away, overlooked, and taken for granted. In this realization, they see you in a new light, comprehending the depth of your connection. They also see how much time they have wasted, overwhelmed by regret that reminds them of all the times they failed to act when the moment's love stood before them. They convinced themselves that they weren't ready, weren't worthy, and that this connection was too intense, too much. They look back at their past mistakes, the choices made out of fear, and the moments when doubt spoke louder than their heart. It is breaking them because now they know the truth. Love was never meant to be something they waited for. It was something they were meant to choose. Perhaps they have spoken to someone, admitted their struggle, and expressed their feelings of being lost and unsure of what to do with the emotions consuming them. They may have even said they wish they had done things differently, seen the truth sooner, and not let fear dictate their choices. But the angels want you to know that this pain, this sorrow, and this regret are not meant to break them. They are meant to awaken them. They are not realizing this love too late. They are realizing it at the exact moment when their soul is ready to embrace it. They are beginning to understand that while they cannot change the past, they can still change the future. They may have hesitated before, but they do not have to keep hesitating. They may have let fear control them once, but they do not have to let it control them forever. But this is not easy. They are moving through the darkness of their emotions, facing their past shadows, and coming to terms with how they have stood in their own way. It's a painful and overwhelming experience that makes them feel like they've lost something they may never get back. But the angels want you to know that love is never truly lost. It's patient, it waits, and it's always present, even when the mind can't see it. Love waits for the heart to be ready, for the soul to recognize what was always meant to be, and for the moment when fear no longer holds power. And your future spouse is reaching that moment. They're stepping through their grief, their pain, and their regret, beginning to see that love is still here, still waiting, and still calling to them. They thought they had lost it, thought they had let it slip away forever. But now they're realizing that love hasn't abandoned them, even in their doubt, their fear, and their hesitation. Love has remained, and now they must make a choice. Be patient, my dear. They're learning that love isn't about perfection, isn't about always making the right choices, and isn't about never being afraid. Love is about choosing repeatedly, despite mistakes, the past, and fears. Soon they will come to you, not as someone fleeing emotions or lost in regret, but as someone who has faced their fears. Embrace their truth and emerge stronger. Angels guide them, helping them release sorrow and see that love was never lost. It's something they are finally ready to receive. When they do, they will come to you with their whole heart, understanding that love isn't about what's been lost, but what's still waiting to be found. When that moment comes, they will hold on to you with everything they have, never again allowing fear to prevent them from the love meant for them. If you believe in your guardian angels, type 1111. The angels hold you close, guiding you toward the truth. Your future spouse is in turmoil, struggling to hold on and keep control. They realize love isn't something they can command or direct. They've always been determined, disciplined, and focused, building their life with structure and rules, an unshakable belief in their control. But now they've discovered something that has shattered that illusion, causing them to lose control. Your presence has awakened something within them, something they can't explain or defy their plans. They thought they knew where they were going, had life figured out. But love doesn't fit into plans, it creates its own path. Now they realize no matter how hard they try to stay on course, they can't deny that love has placed them on a new path, one they never expected. But now it feels like the only road worth taking, terrifying because they're used to being in charge, knowing the next step. Used to making decisions with confidence, they now feel something they can't control. Their heart races when they think of you, their soul recognizes yours as something familiar, meant to be destined. No matter how much they try to fight it or ignore it, they can't escape it. They tell themselves love wasn't supposed to come yet, that this wasn't the plan, that they still have time. But the angels want you to know, love doesn't follow time, it doesn't wait for readiness, it doesn't care about schedules. Love arrives when the soul is prepared to receive it, even if the mind is still catching up. And now your future spouse is questioning everything, whether to stay the course or surrender to love. Whether they are ready or if they will ever be, perhaps they have spoken to someone, tried to explain their feelings, and made sense of why they suddenly feel lost. Perhaps they have admitted that they never expected to feel this way, never expected love to arrive so powerfully, or never expected to meet someone who could make them reconsider everything. This realization is shaking them, making them feel like they are losing control of everything they have worked for. But the angels want you to know that this is not a loss. It is a transformation. They are beginning to see that control was always an illusion, that life is not a straight road, and that love does not wait for permission. They are starting to understand that true strength comes not from forcing things, but from surrendering to what was always meant to be. And their soul already knows that you are meant to be with them. They may fight it, resist it, and struggle against it, but love is persistent. It does not let go just because someone is afraid. Love stays, it waits, and it calls until they can no longer deny their heart. The angels want you to trust that this journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Your future spouse is breaking free from the illusion that they must control everything, from the belief that love is something that happens later, and from the fear that surrendering to love means losing themselves. They are beginning to see that no matter how much they try to control things, the universe has already set a path, and that path leads to you soon. They will no longer resist or fight against what is meant to be. They will step forward not because they have figured it all out or planned every step, but because they will finally understand that love was never meant to be figured out. It was always meant to be followed. If you trust in God's divine guidance, type guided. The angels are surrounding you, whispering the truth, and revealing the hidden emotions your future spouse can no longer ignore. They are at a point of profound introspection, grappling with the weight of a revelation that has disrupted their carefully crafted routine. They have always navigated life with patience, discipline, and the unwavering belief that meticulous planning leads to success. Never rushing, never acting impulsively, and never allowing emotions to dictate their path, they have maintained a steady rhythm and a sense of certainty. However, now they are losing that steady pace and the certainty they once held. It is because they have realized something profound that shakes them to their core. They had believed they had time, that they could move at their own pace. But now that belief is shattered. They perceive the truth. Love doesn't wait, doesn't follow schedules, or slows down because someone isn't ready. Now they feel the urgency and fear of losing it. They look at you and realize they may have been too slow, too cautious, or too afraid. They thought they could take their time, figure out their emotions, and wait for the perfect moment. But love doesn't wait for perfection. Now they feel it slipping through their fingers, experiencing something they've never felt before, the fear of losing something truly significant. That thought is unbearable. They're not used to feeling like time is running out or hesitant, knowing that hesitation could cost them everything. Perhaps they've spoken to someone, admitted their uncertainty, and admitted they don't know what to do. They're struggling and afraid of making the wrong move. But the angels want you to know that they're beginning to understand that love can't be approached with caution. It requires surrender, trust, and being felt fully, not measured, analyzed, or delayed. They are on the edge of transformation, realizing that their patience and slow, careful approach no longer serve them when it comes to love. Waiting is no longer an option. Love is calling them forward, asking them to step into the unknown and embrace something unplanned, powerful, and uncontrollable. They feel the weight of this discovery, the realization that love doesn't wait for readiness. It arrives when the soul is prepared, even if the mind still hesitates. Soon they'll have to make a choice. The angels have revealed what your future spouse has discovered, the truth that has shaken them, taken them, and made them lose control. They thought they understood their paths. They thought they had control over their hearts, emotions, and futures. But now everything feels uncertain. They can no longer deny their feelings, ignore the whispers in their souls, or pretend that this love doesn't exist. They've spent years searching for something they could never name, chasing goals, building success, and trying to find meaning in places where it never existed. They believed love would come later, that there was time, and that they could wait until they were ready. But love doesn't wait. It doesn't wait for the perfect moment, clarity, or anything else. It arrives unexpectedly, suddenly, overwhelmingly, and now they are losing control. They realize they almost let it slip away, almost walked away from what was meant to be theirs. That thought terrifies them. They look at their past, at their choices, at the times they let fear dictate their actions, the times they hesitated, the times they convinced themselves they had more time. But now they see the truth that has always been there. They realize that love doesn't come when the mind is ready. It comes when the soul is ready. Even if the mind resists, even if fear tries to push it away, even if doubts creep in, love remains waiting to be embraced. Now they must make a choice, to step forward or to let love slip away again. The angels are guiding them, whispering to them, showing them what they have always known deep inside. That they are meant to be together, that this love is divine, that it is not something they can replace, not something they can find again, not something that comes twice in a lifetime. This love is once in a lifetime, and they feel the weight of that truth. It shakes them, it breaks the walls they built, the fears they held onto, the beliefs they once thought were unshakable. They realize that no amount of planning, no amount of waiting, no amount of pretending will change what their heart already knows. That you are their person, their soulmate, the one they have been searching for, even when they didn't know it. Now they must face the truth, they must face themselves, and they must decide if they are ready to surrender, to stop fighting, to stop running, to stop hesitating. The angels want you to trust, to believe, to have faith in this journey. Because love is already at work, already shifting, already moving them towards you. Even if they don't understand it yet, even if they are afraid, even if they are struggling with their emotions, their soul already knows, already recognizes you, and already longs for you. And that longing will not disappear, no matter how much they try to suppress it. No matter how hard they try to control it, true love cannot be ignored, silenced, or forgotten. Now they feel it stronger than ever, an undeniable, unshakable, and divinely guided love. They are beginning to understand that it has always been you, the missing piece, the answer to their unspoken questions, and the fulfillment they never knew they needed. And now they see it, feel it, and it scares them because for the first time they are not in control, don't have all the answers, and don't know what to do next. They are at a crossroads, unsure of what to do. However, the angels want you to know that this is a part of their journey, a part of their awakening, and a part of their transformation. They are learning, growing, healing, and releasing the fears that held them back and the doubts that kept them from embracing this love. They are beginning to understand that love is not something to fear, control, or resist, but rather to embrace, surrender to, and cherish. Soon they will be ready to step forward, open their hearts, and claim what was always meant to be theirs. The angels are preparing them, leading them, and bringing them to the moment where they can no longer deny their feelings or ignore what is meant for them. When that moment arrives, they will know without a doubt, without hesitation, or without fear that you were the love they have been searching for all along, the love they could never replace, the love they will never take for granted again. The love that was always right in front of them, but they were too blind to see, too lost in their own fears, and too caught up in their own plans. They thought they had time, thought they could wait, thought they could figure it all out before love arrived. But love does not wait, does not follow a plan, does not wait for permission. It enters without warning, changes everything, and rewrites the story they thought they were living. Now they see the truth, what they almost lost, and what has always been there waiting for them. They see what has always been there, waiting for the moment when they finally wake up. And now they are waking up. The angels have been guiding them, whispering in their hearts and showing them the signs. They tried to ignore them, to explain them away, and to convince themselves they were imagining it. But the signs kept coming, the feelings kept growing, and the truth became too strong to deny. Now they can no longer look away. No longer pretend they don't feel what they feel. No longer run from what was always meant for them. They've searched for love, looking in the wrong places and chasing after illusions, thinking happiness was somewhere far away. But now they realize that happiness was never far, never missing, always there, waiting patiently and silently. Love was never something they needed to find. It was something they needed to recognize, open their heart to, embrace, and surrender to. And that surrender is what they've feared the most. Letting go of control and the walls they built, embracing love. Because love means vulnerability, risk, and facing emotions they've tried to bury. The angels want you to know that this is their journey, awakening, and moment of truth. They stand at the edge of a choice, to stay in fear or step into love. To hold back or reach for what's already theirs. To let love pass them by again or claim what was always meant for them. Soon they'll make that choice, stepping forward not because they have all the answers, feel ready, or have planned it out, but because their soul won't let them wait and love won't either. The angels surround them, guiding, helping them see, understand, and realize that love doesn't demand perfection, requires them to have it all figured out, or simply asks them to choose, embrace, and trust it. They're learning slowly, painfully, but deeply that love isn't something they need to earn, wait for, or follow their schedule. It's here now, calling to them, pulling them in, refusing to let them ignore it any longer. Soon they'll surrender to it, letting go of fears, doubts, and the control they held onto so tightly. Because love is stronger than fear, hesitation, and any excuse they've ever made. When they finally let go and allow themselves to feel what they've always felt, they'll truly see you with new eyes, a new heart, and a soul that finally understands that you were always meant to be theirs, that no one else could ever take your place, that no other love could ever compare, and that what they were searching for was never missing. It was always you and this love. The angels have been guiding them here to this moment, to this realization, to this choice. They are almost ready, almost at the point where they can no longer fight it, almost at the point where they can no longer hold back, almost at the point where they will reach for you. And when they do, they will not let go. Not this time, not ever again. Because now they see that this love is a gift they will cherish, a gift they will protect, a gift they will never take for granted again. Because now they know the truth. Love is not something to fear, not something to run from, not something to resist. Love is everything. And you are the love they have been searching for all along. May the angels continue to guide you, to bless you, to bring you closer to what is already meant to be. You are not alone. The universe is working for you, the divine is clearing the path. Everything is there, everything is aligning, even when you cannot see it, even when it feels slow, even when it feels uncertain. Trust in divine timing, trust in love. Love is already moving, already unfolding, already bringing you together. It is happening now, right in front of you, even if you cannot see it yet, even if your heart feels tired, even if you wonder if it will ever come. It is already here, it is already written, it is already yours. Your love story is divine, sacred, unshakable. The angels have seen it, they have prepared it, they are guiding you both, step by step, moment by moment, closer and closer. And soon your future spouse will see it too. They will feel it, they will know, they will no longer doubt, no longer question, no longer resist. Because the truth will be undeniable. They will recognize what their soul has always known, that you are the one they have been waiting for, the one they have been searching for, the one their heart belongs to. Even if they try to deny it, even if they try to fight it, even if they try to control it. Love is stronger than fear, stronger than hesitation. Love is stronger than the walls they built. Their hearts are breaking open, and their souls are awakening to the undeniable pull and truth they can no longer escape. When they finally understand, they will come to you with full clarity, devotion, and a heart ready to love you the way you deserve. They will never leave again, question, or take this love for granted. Now they see, know, and understand that you were always meant to be theirs, from the beginning of every lifetime, journey, and challenge. Your souls have always been connected and bound together by something far greater than this world, something divine, unbreakable, and eternal. No matter how long it has taken, how far apart you have been, or how much time has passed, love is bringing you back together because it never fails, disappears, or forgets. This sacred, destined love has been waiting for this moment when everything becomes clear and all doubts fade away. The moment when your future spouse finally surrenders, accepts, and embraces what was always meant to be. It will be undeniable, unshakable, and everything your soul has longed for, everything your heart has prayed for, and everything your spirit has waited for. It will be worth every delay, every obstacle, and every moment of waiting because the timing will be perfect, and the love will be stronger than ever. They will be ready completely, fully, without doubt, without hesitation, and without fear. When they come to you, they will hold you like they never want to let go, cherish you like they never have before, and love you with a depth they didn't know was possible. You will feel it in every word, every touch, every look in their eyes. You will feel it in your soul, in the way they speak your name, in the way they hold your hand, and in the way they never stop choosing you. This is what you have been waiting for, what your heart has always known, and what the angels have always prepared for you. Now it is coming, unfolding, and here. May the angels continue to guide you, bless you, and bring you closer to what is already meant to be. Trust in divine timing and trust in love. It is already unfolding in ways you cannot yet see, and soon your future spouse will see it too. And when they do, they will know without a doubt that you were the love they have been searching for all along. The love they could never replace, the love they will never take for granted again. This love has always been theirs, in every way, in every lifetime, in every moment. It has been waiting patiently and quietly, but now it is time. Time to come together, to embrace what was always meant to be, and to step into the love that has always been yours. The angels are smiling upon you, blessing this union and bringing you closer. Soon everything will fall into place, and you will realize that every moment led you here to this love, to this destiny, to this sacred divine union. The angels are preparing you and them for the moment when nothing will stand in the way, when love takes over, and when your hearts finally meet again, fully, completely, without fear, without hesitation, without doubt. Just love, pure, unbreakable, endless. May the angels continue to guide you, bless you, and bring you closer to what is already meant to be. Trust in your heart, trust in divine timing, and trust in love. It is already unfolding in ways you cannot yet see, and soon your future spouse will see it too. And when they do, they will know without a doubt that you were the love they have been searching for all along. Type Amen if you trust in God's plan.